Welcome back to another episode of Talking About Random Crash Trivia that nobody really cares about. In this series I plan on covering obscure Crash information, cut content, you name it. This is officially part 1, but I've done videos in the past that would fit right in with this. We're going to start the series off by talking about some Crash Nitro Kart cut content that always confused me when I was younger. I played a lot of C&K growing up because I didn't have a PlayStation, so I couldn't play Crash Team Racing, and when we got a 360 I had to stop playing Tag Team Racing because it wasn't compatible. But I wasn't just playing it because I didn't have anything else to play. I really did love Nitro Kart. I spent so many hours on this game. Because of that, I eventually had nothing else to do but check out the battle mode. I think I played it a few times with my brother, but I mainly remember creating my own arena and not even playing it, just creating it. But the times I did play it, I noticed something strange about the items. I saw power-ups that I'd never seen before in adventure mode or quick races. I specifically remember pausing and unpausing the game until it stopped on a frame of one of the new items. I'd hit an item box over and over again until I got one, and some of them I did manage to get, like the pair of eyes. This is a battle mode only power-up that allows you to go invisible for a short time. Another one was the golden rocket, a bit like the normal one, except you can control it. What I didn't realize until recently is that they actually do show up in adventure mode, quick races, any other mode where you can hit an item box. Might be due to the fact that in certain battle modes, some of the items are taken away, so there's not as many shuffling around at the top, making them easier to notice. But no matter how many boxes I smashed, I could never get this item in particular. This voodoo doll, it always fascinated me when I was younger because back then I didn't know games had cut content. Like the cutscenes in Twinsanity that had no audio. I always thought that was weird and just had no idea about the development of that game. I just thought they had an infinite amount of time to work on them and they could just put them out when they were done. No matter how many times I tried to get this item, I could never get it, and that's because it was taken out of the final game, but they seemingly forgot to take out the icon. I didn't know anything about this item until a few years ago when I looked it up. On Bandopedia it says that the item would surround the player with a bright aura and generate a Team Frenzy-like effect. Team Frenzy being the temporary unlimited items that you can use in team races if you and your partner stay close enough to fill up the bar. Now it also says that in the demo for Crash Nitro Kart, the item was in that version of the game. So if you've still got a Crash Nitro Kart demo laying around, you can go and check out this item for yourself. Unfortunately, I don't have one because it wasn't released in the UK. There was a Crash Nitro Kart demo in one of the PlayStation magazines, but that's not the early build of the game. I think that came out the following year. I'm going to link a video down below because there is footage of this item on YouTube. If you go to the 351 mark of that video, you can see what it's like. It's nothing special or anything. It's exactly how it was described, a bright aura, and it will give you a Team Frenzy effect, which you can do in the normal game. This was probably cut because, well, you can't have both. You can't have the Team Frenzy mechanic and then an item that gives you a Team Frenzy. It's probably a good thing it was cut because instead of getting an item just to get unlimited items for a few seconds, instead it rewards you by staying close to your teammate in races for a certain amount of time. I think that's just better overall. That's most likely why it was removed and then they just forgot to take out the icon afterwards. I can now sleep at night knowing what this item does. While we're talking about random Crash Nitro Kart information, let's end off the video with a bonus fact. Depending on the region, the character icons look different. In the NTSCU version they look like this, in other versions they look like this. No offense to anyone who has the NTSC version, but I think we have the better character icons. Our Crunch, looking pretty handsome. Your Crunch? Engine isn't that bad, Tiny and Entropy near enough the same. NTSC Entrance looks like he hasn't slept in a week. NTSC Polar looks a bit more concerned and it's a bit unsettling with him looking straightforward. And Zem looks a bit scarier in the NTSC version, so I'll give you a point for that one. But that being said, that's going to be it for today's episode of... I've already forgotten the series name. Talking about random Crash trivia that nobody really cares about. Thank you for watching, I hope you all enjoyed. Feel free to suggest anything that you think would fit well in this series. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, and I will see you all in my next video.